This program is made possible by a grant from the Mobil Oil Corporation.
Valentine's Day 1951 in the Chicago Stadium for the middleweight championship of the world. The champion Jake LaMotta in the black trunks. The challenger Sugar Ray Robinson in the white trunks, and LaMotta has been pressing the fight. He bangs a hard left and a right to the body, another left, a grazing left, a hard left hook to the mouth, a left hook to the jaw, another left and a right to the jaw by LaMotta. A left hook to the mouth by LaMotta. He's got Robinson in trouble on the ropes.
The Toreador and the Bull. The 1951 middleweight title match is the theme of our show on The Way It Was.
Every day we're here again, our time of all are here again, and the sing a song are here again. Happy days are here again, all together shout it out.
Hi, I'm Kurt Gowdy. Welcome to our series of American Sports Classics. This event, championship boxing, and a fight that Ring Magazine places in the top 5 classics in boxing history. Sugar Ray Robinson versus Jake LaMotta. And here to help us recreate that memorable contest, the middleweight champ of the world, one of the ring's toughest competitors, the Bronx Bull, Jake LaMotta. And the challenger, the world welterweight champion. He won 126 fights while losing only once. The greatest fighter, pound for pound, the ring has ever known, Sugar Ray Robinson. And to help us relive this battle, we're pleased to have with us the Dean of Boxing Sportscasters, who's called more blow-by-blow fights than anyone else in broadcasting history. Mr. Don Dunphy, welcome back to The Way It Was.
Thank you, Kurt, and I'm looking forward to this fight between LaMotta and Robinson. It was indeed a ring classic.
Well, it was 1951. What was the status of the two fighters? What was going on in the boxing scene at this time?
Well, Sugar Ray was the welterweight champion, and he had the amazing career record of 126 wins with only one loss.
What a record.
And that came in his second fight with Jake LaMotta 8 years earlier, but he had beaten LaMotta 4 other times. Sugar Ray held the world championship welterweight since 1946, and he ran out of challengers. He just returned from a triumphant European tour, putting his title on the line 6 times in less than 2 months. On the other hand, Jake LaMotta won the middleweight title June 16, 1949, when he knocked out the great Marcel Cerdan in the 10th round.
Now, in LaMotta's second title defense, though, he nearly lost his title. He had to go in the 15th round to save it, didn't he?
Yes, he was facing the Canadian champion, Laurent Dutille, and he was losing the crown, definitely losing, as we take a look with time running out in round 15.
Final round for the middleweight championship of the world, and Laurent Dutille from Canada has Jake LaMotta against the ropes. The champion LaMotta has been in trouble throughout the first 14, and according to our reporters here at ringside, Dutille has won almost every round on points. He beat LaMotta, you know, before Jake won the title, and Jake LaMotta, the Bronx Bull, has never been down, and he's in trouble there in this round 15. Dutille handing out all the punishment, and it appears that LaMotta's just hanging on. Rights and lefts by Dutille in close, piling up points. LaMotta, no, here comes LaMotta. He awakens. He's been playing possum here in round 15, and he's got Dutille hurt. Lefts and rights, raining blows. LaMotta, his only chance to win is by a knockout. In this crowd in Detroit, watching LaMotta, lefts and rights, and Dutille hanging on. Final round, if Dutille can stay on his feet, he wins the championship. LaMotta needs a knockout. Oh, a vicious left hand, another left hand, another left hand, and a right, a left, and a goal, a left hand, and there goes Dutille. Dutille is down in round 15. Dutille 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. LaMotta plays possum and rallies to knock out Laurent Dutille.
Jake, you almost let that one get away. There were only a few seconds left. Were you really playing possum there in the last round?
When I came back for the 15th round, they told me in the corner that I could not win the fight. So I quickly figured out something in my head when the bell rang for the 15th round, that I would try to coast for about 2 minutes and then go all out for the last minute of the fight. So for 2 minutes, I just stood there covering up, and while he was throwing punches. And then when I thought the 2 minutes was about up, I started my barrage. But I found out later that it was more than 2 minutes. I started about 30 seconds before the round ended, and the way it was, there was 23 seconds to go of the 15th round when I knocked them down. They counted 10. There was 13 seconds left. I was very, very lucky to win that fight.
All right, he's defended his title, Don, and now they've got to get together, right?
Well, following that remarkable comeback, Jake agreed that welterweight champion Sugar Ray Robinson would be the next challenger.
So the match has been made. And now it's time to go back to Valentine's Day, Chicago Stadium, blow by blow, ready at the mic, Don Dunphy.
Final instructions as we await the start of the middleweight championship battle between champion Jake LaMotta, dancing up and down 160 pounds, the middleweight limit, and his challenger, welterweight champion Ray Robinson, 155 and a half. Round one. The Bronx Bull, Jake LaMotta, forces Robinson back with the left hand to the head, rips both hands to the body. Graceful Sugar Ray dances up and down and then goes into a clinch. LaMotta will force the fight throughout. Robinson will try to keep him off with his jab and his dazzling combinations. LaMotta's in with a short left to the head. LaMotta fighting out of a half crouch again, bangs that left hand to the body. He is trying to slow down the speedier Robinson. The referee, Frank Sikora. Jake alternately fighting straight up and in a crouch, moves in, is tagged with two left jabs on the chin. LaMotta puts a light left hand to the body, and again they go in close. At long range, Robinson short with a left hand, short with another. LaMotta biding his time, rips out a left that's wide of the mark. Down deep in the crouch, LaMotta straightens up with a jab on the chin. Robinson pecks out a left hand, it's short a couple of times. A light left reaches the face, he misses a left hand over the head. Robinson dancing away, LaMotta coming in, ripping that left hand to the body, has Robinson off balance as they whirl their way into another clinch, both holding on. At long range again, LaMotta forcing the action. He's the aggressor. Sticks out a light jab on the chin, two more jabs to the mouth by Jake LaMotta. Robinson misses a left at the head. Robinson fighting straight up, the classic boxer, jabs a left on the chin. LaMotta coming in on him, gets away from a left jab, gets away from another and another. LaMotta bangs that left to the body, misses a left over the head as Robinson nimbly dances back. Both boys exchange lefts to the face. It's round one for the middleweight championship of the world. Robinson takes a hard left hand to the body by LaMotta. LaMotta is in close again, and again they hold on. Both boys making the clinch. The referee has them apart. Robinson short with a left, short with another. About a minute to go in round one, scheduled for 15. Robinson short with a jab. LaMotta moving in on him, undaunted by Robinson's prowess. LaMotta's the champion, Robinson the challenger here. LaMotta drives that left hand to the body. Robinson gets back out of range, is short with his own left hand. Robinson puts two sharp jabs on the mouth of LaMotta, and another. Then he bangs the left to the body, but misses. Follow-up lefts over the head as LaMotta goes in and holds on for a change. LaMotta both hands to the body, but they are not hard punches. LaMotta takes a jab on the chin. His own left to the head is just blocked. Robinson feigning the left, drives out a left that's short of the mark, is short with another, and LaMotta finds him with a long left lead to the head. A left hook on the head by Jake LaMotta. LaMotta puts a left hand over the head. LaMotta puts that left hand to the jaw again. The champion is having a very good round in round one.
Well, that was a good round one. Jake, how many times did you fight Sugar Ray?
I fought Sugar Ray so many times. It's a wonder I don't have diabetes.
Jake, I got a question for you with Robinson. Now, he had beaten you 4 times. How come you gave him a shot at the title?
Well, we had very close fights. And he was about the only one around that I could make some money with. He was a top contender, top challenger, and it was an interesting fight. I wanted to prove to everybody that I could beat him. Unfortunately, I was wrong.
Ray, were you surprised when he gave you a shot at the title?
No, I was happy because Jake never ducked anybody. You know, he didn't have to. You know, I wasn't surprised. But one of the things about always when you was fighting this guy, you knew condition was the name of the game. You had to be in condition.
Now, Don, you and I were talking about this. There was a rumor that you lost to get down to the limit of 160, 9 pounds the night before the fight. That's hard to believe that you could do that and fight. Did you do that?
Well, it wasn't 9 pounds. It was 6 pounds.
How did you do it?
I went to steam baths, and I forget the hotel we went into. It was in Chicago. But it was so tough. I kept going in and out of the steam baths, but I finally made it. And I knew I was going to have some trouble. So I made a stipulation in our contract that we would weigh early. So it would give me some time to get some of my liquids back, you know.
How early?
I think it was 10 o'clock that morning.
You know, Jake, this is pretty hard to swallow. Here you are fighting a great fighter, even then he was a great fighter, who had beaten you 4 times out of 5, and you're telling us that the day before the fight you were 6.5 pounds overweight? What kind of training did you do?
Well, I always had trouble making 160 pounds. And, you know, I wrote a book. In my book, I state where I lost over 4,000 pounds in my lifetime. This is true because after the fight, I would always put on 30 to 40 pounds. And sometimes I made it in time, and sometimes it caught up with me. The greatest diet I know. Eat all you want, but don't swallow it.
Well, that is a good diet. What was your battle plan going into this fight, Ray, against Jake LaMotta?
My battle plan was to be able to stick and move as
I knew your battle plan.
You sure did.
I knew your battle plan. I knew every move you made, and you knew every move I made.
What about your strategy against Sugar Ray?
It was the same thing. There's no different way to fight a guy like Ray. You know, you have to just keep on top of him because I'm shorter with short arms and all that, and concentrate on his belly. But one thing that surprised me with Ray, it came out during the fight. No one expected it because I out-jabbed him for 10 rounds. I out-jabbed Sugar Ray for 10 rounds. I didn't have the strength to fight him, so I jabbed him. It was easy to jab.
Ray jabbed and you had a better jab than he did for 10 rounds. Is that true, Ray?
Yes, he did. He out-jabbed. I drank soup for quite a while that night.
All right, Don, we've had a good first round. Now, what happened in rounds 2 and 3?
Well, the champion LaMotta definitely won the first round, in my opinion, but then Sugar Ray came back to take the second and the third.
Okay, let's go back now to ringside, Chicago Stadium, for round 4. And again, Don Dunphy at the mic.
Now it's round 4 for the middleweight championship of the world. Jake LaMotta in the black trunks, Sugar Ray Robinson in the white trunks. Robinson slightly ahead on points at this particular moment. Robinson a light jab on the chin. LaMotta forcing the action as ever. Bang that right hand to the body. Gets away from 2 left jabs by Robinson. Robinson misses a left hand and a right over the head. Robinson backing away. A looping right by LaMotta does only curl around the head of Sugar Ray Robinson. LaMotta with a light jab on the chin. LaMotta's never been noted for his boxing ability. Robinson's the boxer puncher. Robinson a short left hook on the jaw. Robinson biding his time, finding LaMotta more and more with his left jab now. LaMotta takes a light jab on the chin by Robinson. LaMotta out of the crouch, jabs his own left at the head a couple of times. Robinson is short with a left, short with another left hand. LaMotta forcing the action with about 1 minute to go in round 4. Robinson backing towards the ropes. LaMotta wild with the left hand. Robinson brings in a short right uppercut on the jaw. Here's LaMotta coming at him with a jab on the chin. Robinson takes another jab on the mouth, opens up with both hands to the head on the body, and LaMotta goes down deep in the crouch to get away. Straightening up, LaMotta comes at Robinson again, puts a light jab on the chin. LaMotta feints the left, runs into a countering right to the jaw, a left hook to the mouth by Robinson. Robinson backs towards the ropes, takes a right to the body, a left on the chin, and a right hand to the body by the champion, Jake LaMotta. Robinson backing away, puts out a left that's short. LaMotta coming at him relentlessly. LaMotta moving in on Robinson again. Robinson 3 lefts to the chin, a grazing right to the jaw, 2 left hooks to the mouth by Ray Robinson. Robinson brings in a short jolting right to the jaw of LaMotta. LaMotta bangs a right to the body, hooks a left hand on the jaw, and they go to close quarters again. The referee, Frank Sikora. Robinson out with a left that's short, bangs a right to the body, a left and a right to the jaw. And that's the end of round 4. Here's round 7 for the middleweight championship of the world. LaMotta has taken the last 2 rounds, and it's a pretty close fight now. The challenger, Ray Robinson, bangs both hands to the body, hooks twice with his left hand to the jaw. LaMotta drops his gloves down low. Robinson doesn't fall for the ruse, just backs away. We're coming up to the halfway mark of this 15-round bout. LaMotta out of a half crouch puts out a left that's short, another is short. A grazing right hand to the jaw by LaMotta, whose best punches out to the body. Dazzling Sugar Ray has made beautiful combinations in this fight. He puts a light left jab on the chin of the champion. Robinson out with another that's short, a sharp jab in the mouth by Robinson. A right to the jaw after a left misses over the head. Another left jab on the chin by Robinson. Another is short, it's blocked. He puts a left hook on the jaw of LaMotta. LaMotta just stands there and takes the punishment. And the referee, Frank Sikora, comes over and gets them apart. It's round 7 for the middleweight championship of the world. LaMotta moving in on Robinson once again. Hooks out a left that's wide of the mark. LaMotta has not been too sharp in this round, but Robinson has. He just scored with a vicious right hand to the body. LaMotta moving in again on Robinson. Robinson puts out a left, barely reaching the chin. Another is short. Robinson dancing up and down. LaMotta coming in flat-footed. His hook to the jaw with a left hand. Robinson bangs a right to the body, brings up a left that's partially blocked by LaMotta. At long range, Robinson, feinting the left hand, puts out a jab that's short, takes a left on the mouth by LaMotta. A ripping right to the body by Robinson with about a minute to go in the round, and again they go in close. They break almost immediately. Robinson's in with a jab on the chin, another left hook to the jaw, and this round is all Robinson. He misses a right and a left over the head. LaMotta goes in close for a moment. LaMotta trying to get himself set here. He's lost his rhythm. He gets away from a right under left over his head by Robinson. Robinson up on his toes, puts out a jab, another jab on the mouth thrown by Robinson, another is short. LaMotta, constantly the aggressor, moves in, runs into a left on his mouth, a left hook to the jaw by LaMotta, but Robinson opens up almost in a rage with lefts and rights to the head. Robinson backing towards the ropes. LaMotta misses a left hand over the head. LaMotta's almost a sitting duck as he moves in there. He puts out a left that's wide of the mark. Robinson pulling away in this fight. Robinson feinting the left hand, puts out a jab, another jab on the mouth. LaMotta trying to get in close, ducks a right far to his head, takes a solid left that puckles his knees. Robinson puts a grazing right uppercut to the jaw. LaMotta moving in on Robinson again, puts a jab to the chin. And Robinson wins round 7 of this savage middleweight title bout.
Sugar, we want to go back now with a replay. In the 4th round, you really went after Jake. He keeps pressing you and pressing you. But let's look at it again and get your thoughts as we go back in time to this fight. Now, what's happening here with him coming on into you?
Well, Jake is going to always be coming. And it's only a matter of trying to make him to discover one of his leads that I can counter.
Mm-hmm. So you're trying to counter him all the time?
Yeah. He's very aggressive, and you don't have to worry about looking for him, but I'd love to get in as many combinations as I can, because I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to hit him again.
Did you know that I had trouble at the time making weight?
Yeah, we figured you did. Yeah, we figured you had trouble making weight.
What's it like to be on the receiving end of the famous Sugar Ray Robinson's combinations?
I've been so used to it. I've fought him so many times that it gets to be a natural thing. You know, you move that fraction of a second when most people think you're really getting the full power of the punch. You're really not. Mm-hmm. Just that fraction of a second. You know, baseball player when he catches the ball.
Yeah.
If he holds his hand out, his hand's going to sting.
Right.
But if he moves with that ball, that's the same thing with a punch. If you move that slight fraction of a second faster than I could see, you lose most of the power of the punch.
Now, you're the bull. They called you the bull. Sugar's a great, graceful fighter, but how hard a puncher was he? Could he hit hard?
Well, Sugar Ray is one of the hardest punchers I ever fought. You know, I fought punchers that were harder than him. I fought a light heavyweight by the name of Bob Satterfield, who knocked out heavyweights. I think he punched pretty hard too. I guess God gifted me with a hard head, because I really couldn't feel punches.
Sugar,
I conditioned myself many years ago that nobody could hurt me. It's self-hypnosis or whatever you might call it, but I really believed nobody could hurt me.
You did it mentally?
Mentally, yeah. Psych myself, whatever you say. I did it unconsciously, instinctively, I did it, and I believed it. And I went through my whole career where nobody ever hurt me. And I fought the toughest guys that ever existed.
How much damage? You look like you're taking some damage too in this fight.
everybody that fought Jake LaMotta took some damage.
He's in on you, and he's cutting you, and he's
He
hurting
stays
you.
right on you. You can bet your bottom dollar you're going to get your share of the licks.
Would you rank him one of the hardest punchers you ever fought?
Well, I wouldn't say one of the hardest punchers. He's definitely the toughest guy I ever fought, and I think so many others ever. But there are a few fellas I fought who punched a little harder than Jake, you know. But I never nobody that was more aggressive and rougher than he.
Up to this point, you'd fought over 100 fights, Jake LaMotta, and never been knocked off your feet. Is that true?
That's true.
What happened now in the next few rounds, rounds 8, 9, and 10?
Well, they were pretty close. Jake kept pressing, forcing the fight as he usually did. Robinson, boxing beautifully, would break away with that nice jab of his. Around this time, though, LaMotta shows a slight sign of tiring. In my opinion, Ray is now ahead on points, and he's pulling away. But Sugar has thrown his best at Jake and has not been able to get him off his feet or keep him off. LaMotta's nose was bleeding, and his face was getting very puffy. Ray was also bleeding slightly from the mouth and the nose, and we've got a dandy going.
We certainly have. So let's go back to ringside now. The 11th round, the way it was, the World Middleweight Classic between welterweight champ Sugar Ray Robinson and the middleweight champ Jake LaMotta. And again, Don Dumphy.
It's round 11 in this 15-round bout for the middleweight championship of the world. Jake LaMotta, the dog trunks, is the champion. The challenger is Sugar Ray Robinson, also the welterweight champion at this point. Robinson takes a light jab on the chin by LaMotta, who has remarkable recuperative powers, no question about it. Robinson dances in, takes a left hook to the body, misses a right over the head, a grazing left hand to the body by LaMotta. Robinson again puts that jab on the chin. LaMotta is giving him no rest. He keeps pressing. Always the aggressor, the Bronx Bull, Jake LaMotta. LaMotta left hook on the jaw of Robinson, drives him into the ropes, puts a left hand to the body. LaMotta showing new signs of life here. He's come way back. LaMotta moving in on Robinson, misses a left over the head, misses a right. He has Robinson against the ropes, 3 left hook to the body, a grazing left to the chin. Robinson trying to ride out the storm, rolls with some punches, takes others. A solid left hook to the head, 2 more left to the head and 2 to the body by Jake LaMotta. He bangs that left hand to the body. Now Robinson fights back, misses the left over the head, misses the right. Out in the center they go and they tie each other up. That's the most battering Robinson has ever taken in a fight in 1 round. There's a right to the body thrown by Robinson. He misses a left over the head, misses a right thrown at the jaw, and LaMotta is in close again. There's a possibility that LaMotta may have punched himself out in that flurry. Robinson in with a light jab on the chin. Robinson dancing away, pecks out with a left that's short, another and another is short. He grazes the chin with the right hand, and LaMotta goes in and holds on again. The referee, Frank Secora, gets them apart. Robinson backing towards the ropes, brings in a jolting right uppercut on the jaw of LaMotta. LaMotta almost comes in wide open, takes 2 jabs on the chin with about a minute to go in round 11 of a 15-rounder. A left hook on the jaw by LaMotta. Robinson backing away again, and LaMotta's told to keep his punches up. LaMotta takes a jab on the chin, a left and a right to the jaw. Robinson opens up. 2 more left hands to the head thrown by Robinson, and LaMotta takes them. Robinson backing away. LaMotta puts a left hand to the body. Again, they go to close quarters. The referee comes over to get them apart again with the round coming near its end. LaMotta's in with a left that's wide of the mark. Robinson backing away, puts a jab on the chin. It has been a hard fought bout all the way. Robinson opens up with both hands to the head. A vicious left hook to the jaw. Almost floors LaMotta. He takes the right to the chin. He's off balance, but he's never been floored in a fight in his life. The referee gets them apart again. LaMotta gets away from the jab, takes a jab on the mouth by Robinson. Robinson a sharp jab on the nose. Robinson another jab that's short of the mark. LaMotta keeps moving in on him, runs into a left hook that turns him around. Here's round 13 for the middleweight championship of the world. Robinson won round 12 very big. LaMotta doesn't seem to have much left, but he has managed to stay on his feet all the way. Robinson puts a light left to the head. Robinson moves in, puts a left and a right to the jaw. Left hook to the jaw, almost fells LaMotta, but he does not go down. He wraps his arms around Robinson, or he might have gone down, and the referee, Frank Secora, has gotten them apart. Robinson presses the attack, moves in with a left and a right to the jaw, 2 lefts to the head, a right hand to the body. LaMotta is taking awesome punishment now, and the referee is stopping the bout. The referee is stopping the bout, and the new middleweight champion is Sugar Ray Robinson. Robinson has again proved that pound for pound, he's the greatest fighter who ever stepped into the ring.
Sugar, was your strategy to let Jake punch himself out? You got against the ropes there, and he was flailing away.
That really was the strategy. At that time, we wanted him to expend himself much as he could because we had felt that he had trouble making the weight, and we felt that the latter part of the fight I would be able to be more effective, and thank God it proved to be true.
Let's go back now to when you were on those ropes, when Jake was really coming at you, when you let him punch himself out, and you describe it to us, what you were trying to do, your strategy, and what you were thinking about. Here we are now. I think this is round 11.
Round 11, and we wanted to make, back in the corner that last round, old Soldier Jones, my trainer, had told me to try to make him expend himself. And the best way to do that is when you're on the ropes like this. And I was trying to cover up at that spot as much as I could. Of course, you can't get away from them all. Some of them were landing, and I was trying to cover up as much as I could. But Jake really expended himself, I think.
You're a bad boy.
Did you get a shot or two in there that you liked when you had him on the
got
ropes?
a couple of good shots.
But I'm sure that he must have felt the sting out of my punches because there was no strength in them.
Yeah, he wasn't as strong as he was. That's why that was our...
You knew you had him then.
Then he started to get